Welcome to another episode of the Back Catalogue Spookcast. This is the Spookcast where we, and by we I mean me, Apo, and my co-host / co-founder Vincent, we dive into the spookiest movies of October.
Do you use IMDb? Is that how you do all the things?
I was coming in with a spooky vibe because I'm setting scenes here.
Okay,
I'm
keep going. Just keep rolling.
It's something about October.
Yeah.
And by we, I mean me, Apple, my co-host / co-founder Vincent. We dive into the spookiest movies of October.
Remember the 30th of October. Is that when Halloween is?
It's the 31st.
31st.
The goat told us.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Shout out Joshua Bowen in the comments.
Shout out Joshua Bowen in the comments. And if you want to be in the comments, you can just go right down and go in those comments and just let us know how you feel about the intro, about everything to do with this podcast.
Yeah.
But essentially, this is the podcast where we're here.
And we're here. And I'm doing the facts because you were sitting next to a charger all day and you forgot to charge your phone.
I work
is that the story that you're going with today?
Look, my brain works in very specific ways.
You can do one thing and one thing only. That's it.
And one thing only. And we're here. And this is the thing that I'm doing.
And this is the thing. And I'm going to do the facts, the trivia, whatever we're doing here.
Just do the facts, please. Don't jump into anything too wild for me.
All right. This is Halloween.
Because I'll get Michael Myers in here.
You get Michael Myers?
Yeah,
I've been watching 3 weeks of Michael Myers. He's everywhere for me. I look left, I see Michael Myers. I look right, I see Michael Myers.
You're like...
And then, maybe sometimes I'll look up and I see Mike Myers and he'll just say, yeah, baby. Because I still have that video stuck in my head.
Which, I mean, if Mike Myers comes up to you and says, yeah, baby.
I'd be more worried than Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen the Austin Powers movies. But that terrified me, that one thing. That looks scary to me.
No, he's just real sexual in nature, which, like, in out of context of being in the Austin Powers movie, that is scary.
Okay, this is Halloween 2018.
2018 is very.
And that rhymes. That rhymes. It's rated R. It's an hour and 46 minutes. Crime, horror, thriller.
Give me the flipping phone right now.
It's horror. Crime. I don't know about crime. I mean, I guess it is crime. I guess it's crime.
A man is stabbing people. Give me that phone.
The thing is, when I think of crime, I'm thinking of, hey, there's some detecting. But this is no detecting. It's just...
I mean, there's somewhat of a detecting. Like they see like, hey, there's a jumpsuit here. It says Michael Myers on it.
I wonder who that could be.
Give me the damn phone.
6.5 out of 10 on IMDb with 164,000 ratings.
That's wild.
So that's an average of 164,000 individual ratings.
That's wild.
It's number 386. It's up 578. I don't know from when.
No, because this is
where's
the thing.
Where's the budget in the box office? Brother, where's the box office? It's directed by David Gordon Green.
And Danny McBride. Now, I'm going to... He might have scripted.
All right, Laurie Strode confronts her longtime foe, Michael Myers.
Yeah.
The masked figure who has haunted her since she narrowly escaped his killing spree on Halloween night 4 decades ago. And we're here without the budget and box office. But that's okay.
That's okay. Because we progress regardless. Things can be happening in our world. Things can be happening outside of our world. We keep moving forward. Except for the parts where we tangent and don't move the plot of this podcast forward. We're here. And Vincent, here's what I want to talk about. I've got some qualms. You probably thought me, the man that has enjoyed both the previous movies more than you have. You probably thought the man, me, wasn't going to have qualms with this movie, but I got qualms and we're going to get into them.
I've got qualms too.
This is probably the 4th time I've watched this movie.
This is probably the first time I've watched this movie.
Which is exactly right. So I want to get into that.
But in my mind, this is the 3rd time I've watched this movie.
I want to get into a couple of things. I want to get into, is this just the same movie that we've seen 2 times before?
They're all the same. They're all the same movie.
Does this Michael Myers live up to the original Michael Myers, the iconic Michael Myers?
Old Man Myers, if you will.
This is Old Man Myers.
This is Old Man Myers.
And does he live up to the expectation of young man Myers? The expectation that young man Myers put forth?
Young man the Myers. Because he put forth some expectations on people, especially you, because you said Halloween, the original, may not be iconic, but Michael Myers is. I put that in the thumbnail.
You put that
in
the
thumbnail. And that got hits.
You know,
if we're looking at the analytics of our YouTube channel,
that got the most hits.
Yeah.
With the least amount of view time, probably.
Actually, it was like 2 minutes, I think. Which get 2 minutes of view time on a 45-minute video.
You put that in the first couple of minutes, bro. We weren't making money there.
That's all you need.
That's it. We're making about Like, say you get 5 cents per ad. Like, I can't do the maths, but you could.
I could do it.
Yeah. Now, we're going to get into this right now. So, Vincent, one of the things that I want to touch on before we get into whether we like this movie or not, before we get into whether it's the same movie, I want to touch on Michael Myers because he's the iconic man here. Now, this movie starts off with Mr. Myers inside the Smiths Grove Sanitarium again. We're back.
We're back. We've been there. Can I just ask, is this movie meant to be, you have Halloween, the original one, and then this? There's nothing, is there meant to be things in between? Because, you know, when I'm looking at, hey, which Halloween movie are we doing, there's about 55 Halloweens.
Yes. So this was a reboot in the fact that it disregarded a lot of the other films in the franchise. In fact, it only regarded the first film.
Yes, because in the second one, I mean, you know, top 10 quotes of Michael Myers, you can see that online. You know, someone who makes better videos than us has made that. And I saw ones with Dr. Loomis, and he blows the living hell out of everyone. Apparently, everyone's still alive after
Everyone
that,
survives.
which is wild to me.
Yeah.
But so there's, you know, and Laurie's there still.
Yes.
So I assumed that this was just, hey, you know, we did the first movie. Other heads did other movies, but like David Gordon Green, like me, David Gordon Green, I only recognize Carpenter's very own.
Yes, and the reason that a man like David Gordon Green and maybe even a Danny McBride type only recognises Carpenter's very own is because Laurie Strode is actually deceased within the original canon of Halloween films. Because in the film Halloween Resurrection, Michael Myers finally gets to her. But what this takes into account is just the first movie, although there are little you know, Easter eggs for other Halloween films, including a joke in which they say, hey, I heard that Michael Myers was your grandmother's brother. And they say, no, that's
I
not
assume
the case.
that was the Rob Zombie situation.
Well, that was the Rob Zombie and also Halloween 2 and the future Halloween movies.
Okay.
But Halloween 1 did not have that in place. No. So that has disregarded everything. We're at Halloween 1, now we're at Halloween 2018. So we're at Halloween, and then the sequel to Halloween is Halloween.
I don't know, which dumb idiot thought this was a good idea. But I mean, you know, I say that, but you just keep making the same movie 20 years, 10, 20 years. Yeah. That's money.
And this
people
made money.
keep saying that, seeing that. And that's wild. I mean, I haven't paid for this because I downloaded this illegally.
No, he's being facetious now. He loves being facetious on this podcast. We watch this on Amazon. We both have Amazon Prime subscriptions.
Yeah.
And
Shout
this
out
is the
Jeff.
space that we watch it because we support Jeff.
We support Jeff.
Look, if Jeff wants to do HGH, we're going to support that.
I don't know what HGH is.
Human growth hormone. Like he's a man that was small, now he's big. So, but I respect and I support that, you know. And Jeff, if you got any to share around, like, we could get big on this podcast.
You imagine being the head that, you know, sits next to Jeff at the annual, I don't know, Hunt People for Sport congregation every year. And 1 year he's just this small tech dude. Hey, Jeff, how's Amazon going? Yeah, made about $55 billion this year. The next thing you look up, he's like 7 feet tall with biceps out the wazoo.
Because, like, if you're
Jeff, how'd you go? Yeah, mate, don't worry about Amazon. I've been hitting the gym. And that's like, he just talks about gym.
He just talks about gym now. Because if you're at, like, hunting people for sport, like The Gathering, you will...
I'm not saying that they do that because I haven't seen that, but that's the kind of money that popular culture has led me to believe. When you hit a certain amount of billions, that's just what you do.
Say you hit $1 billion, right? You've done everything.
Yeah.
What haven't you done? I mean, Mans has gone to space. He's done it.
He's gone to space.
And he went,
I don't know. Yeah.
On the way down.
He went to space on a technicality.
Yeah, but he still went to space. That's something that you and me won't be doing.
No, that's right. We won't be doing
it. Right? But Bezos, he's done it, right?
But realistically, you go out to space, what's there for you?
There might be,
it's only good if you come back down.
What if you're up there, you be looking, there's like red lights, there's green lights, there's aliens coming through, they're popping up the bird to people. Like they're in there just doing rush hour business.
They're doing rush hour.
And like you've observed that. Of course
and
you're
then the chopper's up to, it's congestion on the 405, isn't that right, Sprog?
Dude, you're doing like bits today.
I'm doing bits, and they're not good either. Bits. And they're not even good.
Dude, you know
they're good
crazy?
For you because you laugh at anything that I do, which is why this is a good podcast for us.
For us,
just
that's
not
right.
for anyone else.
I laugh at anything you do because like you laugh at whatever I do, and we're supportive of each other as friends.
It's a safe space. Every time we go outside of these walls, no one laughs.
Unfortunately, that's the truth, man, and we'll get into that in the After Dark. Anyway, Bezos, he kills people for money. We're being facetious about that. What we're actually trying to talk about, and that's just fascism. That's just comedy, whether you perceive it as that. But what we're actually talking about is Michael Myers. Now, in the first movie, Michael Myers is, he's a killer machine. He comes into Haddonfield and he does exactly the same things that he does in this movie. Michael Myers comes into Haddonfield, he puts on his mask, he's got the overalls, he's out there killing people. Except this time, Michael Myers doesn't get his mask from a store, a Halloween store, or a costume shop, if you will. He gets his mask from
podcasters just like us. This was a movie made for us.
Have you ever met, we're horrible at this.
Yeah.
We're not good at this. But have you ever met people that were either made to be that way for comedic purposes or just poorly misrepresented
of our industry? Not
of our industry, but of just what people who are doing reportive journalism are like.
Yeah, but I mean, that's representative of what people who say they do that and have a podcast.
So if we did like
realistically, they might not be getting paid like us.
If we did reportive journalism, right?
Yeah.
And we walked into,
You say reportive journalism. What other journalism? I guess it's not all. They were doing investigative.
Sorry. Because reportive is like everyone's reporting something. I'm talking investigative. Now, we walk into a Smith's Grove joint.
Yeah.
Are we yelling at people in Smith's Grove? Like, Mans is dumb from the start.
I got issues with Smith's Groves because that's not a forensic mental health facility. It's just a mental health facility.
Yes.
And they got heads chained up. The representation, again, we're in pseudoscience territory. That's right, which I can understand that if it's, hey, these are all dangerous people. I can push away, the I don't know any famous psychologists of the world, but I can push
Sigmund's,
like Freud.
Yeah, is he a psychologist?
Yeah, but he does like fake things.
He does like Freudian slips.
Yeah,
like you talk about your mum in the context where you shouldn't be talking about your mum.
That's right.
And Freud would be like, no, that's okay, man. You just slipped up.
Yeah, you just slipped.
I mean, that's what that is, right? Because we've done the research, is what I'm saying. Now, go on with the Smith's Grove.
So that was frustrating to me.
Yeah.
It was aesthetically, it looked cool.
I mean, like someone's playing chess and or checkers in that space.
But yeah, you go there, Michael, look at me, look at the mask, say something. What are you doing, brother? Because what is he trying to do? He's trying to make I mean,
the biggest issue is he forgot he's not on the visual format. So like him standing in that space holding up the mask is not helping anyone. Like it's all just being recorded. There's parts where he's just standing there with a mask in his hands.
Yeah, that's
and a couple dogs are barking. Well, the idea, and we've seen Halloween Kills, but the idea is that the mask is
there's a nod to that. When was Halloween Kills?
That's the next movie.
Okay, because there was the parents of the kid that were dressed the same as the heads in that movie.
Yeah, that's right. The doctor and the nurse.
Yeah.
They're not the parents of the kid, but we're not going to get into
as in
specifics.
they were in the same outfits.
They were in the
so
same
I just
outfits.
assumed that. I didn't know if this was before or after.
Let's just do this off the record, just real quick.
What?
No, I'll tell you about it after. But here's the thing that I got to tell you, Vincent. I got to tell you this. From that moment, when I started watching this movie again, I was thinking, okay, so now I'm trying to figure out what it is that they're trying to get out of Michael in this movie. Because you make a reboot, right? You want to bring something different to the movie. A Rob Zombie, as bad as that movie was, at least he tried something different twice in a movie that had 3 different story arcs. He shouldn't have. No. But you get a David Gordon Green type who's done this movie. He's done The New Exorcist, which apparently is also not good.
Is that the one with the 2 exorcists?
That's the one when it's like not 2 exorcists, but it's 2 possessed.
Oh, 2 possessed.
2 possessed individuals.
Oh, so you got like Reagan and Reagan.
You got Reagan and like Reagan's friend who's not named Reagan.
Jeez.
But here's the thing. I don't know any other movies that David Gordon Green's done. But you have a man who obviously has some chops.
Why? Why? Because chops. Because he's making a movie.
Because he's making a movie.
He could just be the son of the man that owns the studio.
Like Mr. Green is owning the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, say Mr. Green has green in his pocket and he says, I'm going to give this green to my son. And he's going to direct this movie.
Young Green.
You would think that he would at least
That's old
bring
Green
something
to young
different.
Green. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
And that works on many levels. Because
right.
man's is old, but like it's old money now.
It's old money, dude. And old money survives.
See, and when you explain jokes like that, that's when they peak.
David Gordon Green wanted to bring in the fact that this mask means something, which is later is further explained in other movies, which are not relevant to this movie. And
David Gordon Green wanted to do something. He didn't do it, so other people did it for him after.
Well, I mean, it was David Gordon Green did all three. But also,
did he do Halloween Kills again?
He did Halloween Kills and then Halloween Ends. But also, you have Dr. Sartain and this podcaster who are wanting Michael to speak.
Yeah, I didn't understand what the doctor was hilarious.
I mean, he's again pseudoscience. We're going to get into him in a little bit.
Because he goes from I'm a reputable psychiatrist to like let's get shot, let's get straight out of the hospital. I've just been shot damn near close to the heart. Yeah. I'm just out there with the sling
with lead in me.
With lead in me.
Yeah.
And then he's going, all right, now I've got to see how it feels, Michael. Michael, is this how it feels?
He wants to kill someone, see how Michael feels, but also hear what Michael has to say.
Michael, how does that boot feel?
And he also wants to see if he can bring Laurie and Michael closer together, which again, this movie, one of the hilarious parts of this movie and the Michael Myers character is that much like the first movie, he's not attracted to or going after Laurie Strode because he's going after her. He's going after her because the circumstances have led him towards her. He's not specifically aiming for her. And that is the same as this movie, which I actually like that. That is Dr. Sartain who's actually been like, I'm doing an experiment here, so I'm just bringing them close together.
I'm doing experiments in the real world.
But it feeds into Laurie's delusion that this is between him and her. And also the delusion of the people who are watching this movie. Mm. Because in the later films, that continues. That it's like, hey, it's between me and this guy.
Okay.
Even though it is definitely not between me and this guy.
Well, I mean, you don't know.
I mean, it ain't. Because in the next movie, like, Laurie says, hey, it's between me and this guy, and Michael Myers never steps foot in the hospital that Laurie's in. We watch Halloween Kills. That's what happens in it.
Oh, she was in that one. Yeah.
I mean, that's the sequel to this movie.
That's the sequel. Is it David Gordon Green?
It's David Gordon Green.
Why'd you make another one, David Gordon Green?
He made another one after that.
He made another one as well.
He made Halloween Ends.
And was that good?
It's the worst of the lot.
Oh, Jesus.
In fact, I think Halloween Kills is better than all of them. But
you like Halloween Kills more better than...
One thing that I like about Michael Myers in this movie is that he looks like what an old version of Michael Myers would look like walking through the town. He doesn't look like his posture is definitely straight up, but he looks like he's walking around like an old man, which he is. He was 21 in the first movie, plus 40 years, man. You at least 61.
Carry the 3.
You at least 61,
yeah.
right?
Just fact check that.
So you've got an old man walking around killing people, and he looks exactly like that. He's not like the Rob Zombie type in which he's out here running at people, doing big movements. He's taken everything slow.
That was peak Michael Myers though.
100% peak.
That was him in his 20s or something.
You saying Rob Zombie?
Rob Zombie.
That 100%.
That was peak. That was Michael Myers. He'd done the human growth hormones. Yeah. He's been to the congregation with Jeff because they thought like, if we want to do this, we need to find someone who's done that to show us the ropes.
Yeah. He killed most of the people, and Jeff was like, hey, we got to send you back Smiths.
Yeah. Lucky I had the HGH.
Lucky he had the HGH, so now he's doing it himself. Mm. One thing about this Michael Myers, one of the points in which you see how slow he is in that initial entry into Haddonfield when he's walking down the street on Halloween night, and he's going into the 2 different houses that he goes into. That is a good scene that could have been extended. It would have been great if it was just a one shot of him just continuously going into different houses and finding different ways to murder people.
And you have the camera panning along the street, so you kind of see him and you don't see him.
Yeah.
I did like when that lady was on the phone. I don't know. I'm assuming it was about, hey, Mike Myers is back. Oh, yeah. Damn, that's crazy. I got to go lock my doors. Hold on. That door unlocked? Why is it open? I'm dead.
So when that happens, Michael Myers is looking in the house.
Yeah.
And then he walks away as the lady's coming towards the window.
And
you see him walking in the background.
Yeah.
But it takes a good 20 seconds
Which
for him
I
to
think
get
that's
there.
the best part about Michael Myers as a character.
And the best part about this old Michael Myers, that he's not running anywhere. He's not doing anything.
That's not what this is. I've watched four total Halloween movies.
You watched 4, yeah.
I like I guess I don't really know what it's just my perception of it. But he's just there, then he's not there, and he's coming at you, but he's just walking.
He's just walking.
He's just
stalking.
He's stalking. He's walking.
He's a stalker. That is his MO.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed that scene, albeit short. And I think it could have been done maybe longer, and you could have explored more of Michael Myers's, his evil. You could have seen it firsthand because he's just out there moidering people until he makes his way to the final standoff with Laurie. The other thing that, when I watched this, because I watched this in the theaters, when Michael Myers walks past that baby, in the theaters, people were going wild. There was people going like, no, when he walks past that baby. And I was expecting that to be a much longer part. Like, I was expecting him to walk, stop,
give him a kiss,
look
on the
at the
nose.
baby, like look into the cot and then walk away. But he just looks at the cot and then just walks away.
But he killed a kid previously in this movie.
Yeah, he's killed a child?
Yeah.
Which child did he kill?
The one
right, he was a high schooler.
Which, that was a pretty cool scene.
Is that are we talking about the high schooler?
I don't know. No. It's right at the start when the bus flips.
Oh, yeah, he does
kid's
kill
going
a kid.
out there with the gun.
Yeah.
The kid shoots, Dr. Scorsese, and then he goes back in his truck. He goes, nah, screw the dad. I'm dipping out of here.
Oh, dude, you dip.
It's Michael Myers.
Well, I mean, you did see his dad's neck was twisted.
Did you?
Yeah. So his dad was on the ground like neck, like he
Was that his
neck,
dad?
his back, everything's cracked.
I thought that was the guard. I didn't know that was because the one that he was prodding.
No. There was a later dude. He looks back and he's like,
oh, after when the Detective Hawkins, I was there at the beginning.
Maybe Detective Hawkins saw him. Maybe
that's what I don't think he was. I don't think
the kid didn't see him. But anyway, kid was going to dip, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
But Michael Myers had different thoughts about that and killed the kid. That's the first kill that we see
of Michael Myers. Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, that's the first kill that we see. Then he later kills the podcasters. Which
I thought they were going to be a big part of this movie. Really,
if they put us in the movie, like people, Mad Dog, he would have tuned in.
He would have
like heads would have tuned in. You know what I mean?
These guys don't even like The Exorcist. Actually, I like The Exorcist. It's one of my favorite movies.
I say it about 3 minutes and 35 seconds into the podcast.
But average view on that one was about 55 seconds. It was the amount of time that it took for someone to click on it, write the comment, send the comment, and exit out.
And that's just what we do here. We're going to say that we love this movie in the clickbait. It's better than the original, just to get people.
Well, I did like this movie better than the original.
Okay, we're going to get into that because you just. All right, let's talk about that. Let's just talk about that. What you liked about this compared to the.
I thought it was a scarier movie. I thought it was more suspenseful.
Okay, give me some examples. Because you be telling me these things, then you have no examples.
I got an example.
When you say, "Nah, all the 3 other movies were better," and then I'll say, "How?"
I also think the characters were just better, except for Laurie Strode. She was, you spend 40 years preparing,
and then you don't have any preparation at all.
You don't have any, automatic weapons. Or we've got bolt actions.
Not even the fact that she doesn't have automatic weapons, just the fact that she has no plan.
Nah, she's got no plan. She's got her whole house rigged up to go into flames.
That's the only plan she has.
And
that just seemed like they're like, how are we going to keep Michael in this house and maybe kill him?
And she's got the things to lock the room, so she's clearing each room, but the windows don't have bars on them.
So Michael Myers just climbed out that window.
Michael Myers just climbed out that window.
He's fallen out of a house before, so he'll climb out a window. He don't mind if he falls down.
See, one thing I like, one of the suspenseful parts was when the friend that was babysitting the kid.
Okay.
Kid saying, "There's someone up there. There's someone up there.
There's someone in my room."
Yeah, someone. There was someone in.
And that's what I would be saying if Michael Myers was in my room.
Yeah, that kid was hilarious.
He is hilarious.
That kid was hilarious because he was going, I like you too, Trixie or whatever her name was, and she's getting pieced up. He's gone, nah, that's it, I'm out.
Well, would you?
Yeah, but most people in this movie go, all right, how can I get me into a situation where I have about a 3 to 4% chance of actually getting out of here alive? We're still not, stopping this man at all because it's Michael Myers.
It's Michael Myers. You can't stop him. I will say, so that babysitting
that
scene
was a good
is
scene
good.
because she goes in there and you kind of almost think because she's doing acting. She's an actor and she's doing acting as she's acting, which that's too many levels for me. But that was good. And then she comes out, nah, it's all good. And then she's trying to close the thing.
Oh, you're saying,
closet.
yeah, okay. That you're saying when she's saying, please get out of here. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
She's acting towards the kid. So she's acting inside an acting film.
She's acting inside.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I do think that the closet scene is quite scary. The idea that you try to push a closet closed, it doesn't happen. You do it again, and then
she
you
just opens it, and that's it.
And Michael Myers is there.
Yeah,
that is a good scene. Now, one good scene.
I also like the one where nice guys never get the girls. Count Dracula, he's there.
Yeah,
he's there. He's going, hey man, yeah, sorry, I'm gonna get off your lawn. Lights go out.
They're the motion sensor lights.
Yeah, the motion sensor lights.
Yeah.
He goes back in. That was a great scene. I really like that one.
That is a fantastic scene which shows Michael Myers' ability to stalk. The one frustrating thing about that scene is Michael Myers is moving, yet the sensor is not.
He's too fast, bro. He's too fast.
The idea is he's
too slow. He's too slow.
He's so slow that they don't see it.
Yeah.
That is very good because it's like being stalked by a wild cat where you see it, you turn your back, you look back, the cat is closer.
But also, you seen motion sensors before? They don't work like they should.
They don't work like
That's
true.
You got a Michael Myers type on your front lawn. You have no motion sensors. You see like a magpie just swoop through.
Yeah,
that's floodlights.
Like your Ring doorbell will tell you like there's someone at your home. There's someone at your home. A fly just buzzing around.
When Michael Myers is there, it's nothing.
It's nothing. Because why Michael Myers is gonna put off a Ring doorbell? Because he isn't human. That's the idea.
Because he's in cahoots with Jeff. They went to the congregation together.
Shoot. Here's the thing. Those you've brought up two good scenes. Now, before you said the characters are better in this movie, other than Laurie Strode. Let's get into the high school characters because that is the staple of the Halloween series.
I thought they were good enough.
Yeah. The one thing that I liked about the high school characters was they went to a high school disco, which was just as bad as you'd expect it to be. Like it looked just as bad as what a high school disco has looked in the past when we've been there. Because we've been to high school discos.
We've been to high school discos.
Now, we haven't been to high school discos in which everyone looks like they're, at least early 20s.
Yeah.
But we have been to high school discos and they do look that bad. The one thing is the high school people are fine. The actors are fine. In fact, they could be considered to be quite good. But the progression of this plot and the progression of splitting up certain characters is what makes this movie bad. This movie has been made simply to get Laurie Strode, what's Freaky Friday's name? Do we know? Anyone know Freaky Friday's name?
No. Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan's mum in Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
But I guess Lindsay Lohan also because she goes into both people. Freaky Friday's a body swap. So at one point, Laurie Strode is Lindsay Lohan. And vice versa.
Yeah.
But I don't know her name. I know it.
What's her name?
I keep saying Helena Bonham Carter in my head.
I was saying Dame Judi Dench. So I don't know. Obviously not either of those people. What's her name?
Drew Barrymore?
Drew Barrymore.
Don't even look it up. We'll get to it eventually.
No.
But this is to get those two people together. Now the issue is when you have
we just named four people. When you have progressions in the plot, okay, that are just similarly to Sartain being now an evil man just to get Laurie Strode and Michael Myers together. Kirstie Allen. Anne Hathaway? She was in Batman.
Dude, man.
Oh, it's
because heads will be saying it in the comments. Mad Dog, if he was listening to this, he would say it in the
if
comments.
anyone could get through the first, what are we in? 29 minutes. Yeah, no one's here.
No one's here.
Who is it?
Man.
Who is it? If only we had something, some sort of data repository to be able to get this information that was also easy to access.
Yeah, Bezos would have the answers, what I think.
Yeah, see, ever since he did GHG,
yeah, he did.
It just hasn't been the same.
So essentially, they get to the whole movie is to get to this face-off. And the face-off is one of the most boring, right? Boring and just rushed scenes I've seen in any of the Halloween films.
I liked it.
I don't think there's anything scary or interesting about it because they are both at the peak of their so-called powers. Laurie apparently is prepared, and I'm talking about.
Yeah, but she's not prepared.
I'm talking about, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
I'm just going to say actors until I get there.
You'll get there. Because there's only so many actors.
It might be at the very exit of this podcast. I might say, this has been. Yeah. And then I say her name. You get this character who's not scared in any way of Michael Myers, okay? You then put up a Michael Myers who's also not scared of anyone, but also in this space, he's out of his element because she has locks, she has all this stuff, so he can't even do his stalking in the same way that he would in another space. He
relies on open doors.
And open spaces to be like, I'm in the background now, this is scary, the tension is building.
Also, why did she not have lights in her house? Why did she not have cameras in her house? Why are the only cameras that you can see on the screens
from the outside
are outside? But also, they're not in the bunker. They're not in the bunker.
Why are there not buttons in the bunker to be like, hey, he's in this area, lock that?
She's done so many custom wirings.
Lincoln brother.
It's 2018 in this film.
Yes.
It's titular,
and it is 2018 in reality.
That's what I mean.
That's right.
So there's a plethora of things available. Like you call up Jeff, he's got something for you.
There's even movement sensors that will go like dun dun dun. They'll do the Ring doorbell noise.
That's right. But she's got hardly any lights in her house. There's no cameras in the house.
Yeah.
What did she think she was gonna like tower defense Michael Myers from her house, and he's coming in like waves? He's sending out minions. You hit the level 10 and then like Michael Myers comes out.
But this is why I'm saying that there's nothing intriguing about this.
Yeah, but I still like this movie.
And you know what makes it even less intriguing? Is the fact that you have Michael Myers, he's made it. He's out the front of the house, right? You're like, okay, he's
killed the guy with the yo-yo.
He's killed the man with the yo-yo who said he got peanut butter on his penis. He's killed that man. And he deserved to die for such a stupid statement. We make better content on the back catalogue. And that's just true. But
we make less money on the back end.
We do make less money, and that guy is hilarious in this movie. Because why would you say that in front of your daughter? I got peanut butter on my penis.
At least he wasn't doing the bagel and the finger in the bagel. At least that wasn't this in this movie.
So Ray's dead.
Ray's dead.
I remember Ray's name. I didn't remember
who Ray Fiennes?
Julianne Moore's name,
Julianne Moore. Nah, that's not it.
It's not her. I know it's not her because when I say her name, I will know.
Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, she's in the Batman
she's still
as well.
in Batman as well. I'm just naming Batman.
This is what makes it less intriguing is that Laurie Strode, she knows Michael Myers is out there, right? She knows he's out there. She's like, this is it, Michael, we're here. Right? She almost was tempted to get on the megaphone. I know you're thinking about it because I'm thinking about it too. I'm thinking about her name. She was almost tempted to get on the megaphone and say like, hey, Michael, I know you're here. And Michael would be like, I have no idea who you are. That's his words. That's the words that he says. Dr. Sartain comes up from the grave and he says, oh,
she's
man.
She's also, Laurie Strode is looking out the window of the door.
Again, she should look at the cameras to keep an eye on him.
The cameras are the next room over.
Yeah.
Like barely 10, 15 meters away.
Let Michael Myers come into the house. What? Blow him to smithereens once he's in. Yeah, this is what makes the thing less.
I know that this is a dumb idiot movie, but she's who cares?
But I'm going to tell you the part that it's a specific part that makes it less intriguing. What about when she
falls off the balcony
and it's
and then she's
Michael
there,
Myers stuff.
And then Michael Myers looks and she's not there, and then she's in the back, and then now she's Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Because it's the face off.
And she says, Happy Halloween, Michael.
Happy Halloween, Michael. And then what does she do? She just messes it up.
And she looks like a CGI face. Here's what I want to say very quickly about that scene. She looks out the window. Michael Myers then slams his hands through the windows and starts smacking her head. Laurie Strode just goes into a state of unconsciousness. Like she's floppy. She's floppy. You see that from the start. I was thinking, they're going to just, her brain's just going to be squashed onto this door.
It's going to be a Dr. Scorsese all over again.
No, it's going to be a Dr. Scorsese, Dr. Sartain all over again. And then she somehow gets out of it. But from that moment I knew, okay, you've put her into the most vulnerable space. She's flopping around like a fish. She's shaking like a leaf, but she still survives. There is nothing that is going to happen to Laurie Strode in this after that point.
Dude, Taylor Swift was alive this whole time. You know what I mean?
That's not Taylor Swift was alive. I can't remember her name now.
Romeo, take me. No, that's what she was singing. That's what she was singing.
That's what Laurie Strode was singing.
And then she was singing that to Michael Myers. Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone.
Because maybe that's what they needed to do. They just needed to be in love.
They just needed to be in love.
Maybe love was the answer.
Maybe love is always the answer.
Yeah. So essentially after that point, I don't feel that, or even leading up to that point, I felt that there was no tension between Michael Myers killing Laurie. The best thing about the first movie was Laurie Strode was the most vulnerable out of all those people were so vulnerable. And to see her being chased around this room and this neighborhood by this man who is powerful, by this man who, unfortunately, he missed most of the times when he went to kill her. But, he's a man that could kill her instantly. You are scared. But in this sense, you are not.
I still like this movie better than the first one. I genuinely was watching this movie and I was going, this is actually not terrible.
You know what I was watching this movie and saying? I was saying, this is the same movie.
It's the same movie. It's the same movie.
But it's not as good.
But, you got the two police officers and then they're saying, I got you I got a banh mi. I got them to make you a peanut butter banh mi. And then he's going, no, I got my own food. And he pulls out this huge container. It's just got a brownie and just some chocolate sauce.
Yeah, but
I made this myself.
What was frustrating about that was they're like, okay, we've got these, you want some comedic relief. They're like, hey, this could be our Royale with cheese moment. This could be our Royale with cheese. But it was just a poorly done Royale with cheese moment.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure.
That's great. You made this man a banh mi with.
It also doesn't make sense that Michael Myers is now doing like arts and crafts with the bodies after. Because Ray Fiennes opens a door and there's a flashlight through the dude's head.
That's right. And he looks like a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
He did. I'm pretty sure he did. Maybe he did one other. Did he put a pumpkin on someone's head?
Oh, maybe he did.
He put a pumpkin on someone's head.
Yeah, someone did that.
He did some sort of Halloween.
I mean, you're in Smith's Groves for that long. You do arts and crafts.
You'll think of ideas. But so Michael Myers will do that. He'll just do all sorts of stuff that isn't that interesting to me compared to the other one. But you're still not giving me the points that you liked more. Like you've just said these banh mi dudes. I'll slap the Smiths out. I'll slap the Smiths Grove out of these banh mi dudes.
I thought it was just a more interesting. I felt like I was anxious that something was going to happen for most of this movie. Whereas the first one, it was just nothing for an hour.
Do we stay with the point that Michael Myers is the most intriguing part of any of these movies? And he remains to be that, which means, as you said, maybe the character of Michael Myers is more iconic than anything else made around him.
Yes, so basically you just need a movie and you just need Michael Myers.
You just need Michael Myers in there.
No one else.
Just him walking around being like, hey man, I might kill somebody. Yeah. And I might breathe. And maybe I'll say something.
I did think that
Let's give this a rating because we're 38 minutes.
We're 38 minutes in. I thought it was pretty rough when the daughter who's been training and then she sees, it's got my initials on the gun. Here we go. Mom, I can't do this. I can't. She did the old man LeBron.
Oh, dude, exactly.
She did the old man LeBron.
That is pretty good.
That is pretty good.
That is a good scene.
But it's also like dumb idiot things as well. Because Michael Myers come down there either way. You're not playing games with him.
Like he's coming down, even if you're confident, even if like Michael Myers come down here now, I'll shoot you in the head.
I just can't believe.
I'll eat your bullets.
Oh, he'll eat those bullets because he got his hand blown off.
He did go,
and it was business as usual.
It was business as usual.
But you got 40 years. You got 40 years. Man's been shot 9 times. Someone said that.
Yeah.
Someone said I shot him 9 times.
It's actually 6 times, but he says 6.
I mean, 50 Cent, Michael Myers. 50 Cent, we will mix up the actors.
That's right. Yeah.
So she's got this time to spend preparing.
Mm.
Why is her idea? I'm just going to set him on fire. You know that Mans is obviously built different. He's been on HGH from like the womb. Why are you not literally piecing him up?
So you're saying like you lock him in that space and you just start unloading bullets. Like all the shells you got, they're unloaded on him.
I just don't understand what...
You put C4 down there, you just start blowing him up.
You say, I got C4 in the trunk and you put it in the basement. Yeah, there's points in this movie... But none of that... I don't know why exactly I like this movie more. I just thought it was more entertaining. I thought it was
you
more
just like it because it's a newer looking movie.
No, not necessarily. I like the older movie. I like the look of the older movie.
Aesthetic of the older movie.
I just think it just didn't do anything for me.
I feel that this movie did exactly that. I feel that this was like, let's do Fast and the Furious with Michael Myers in it. Everyone's doing one-liners. You know, Laurie Strode is saying, hey, you shouldn't have let him out. And then, like, what's his name is saying, like, you know, Dr. Hank McGraw's are saying, like, hey, you should have killed him when you had the chance. They're saying things like that. The other thing that confused me a lot, and I'm not sure why
there is a lot happening in this movie. There's a lot of different things happening that kind of try to make characters more than what they probably even need to be. Yeah. Like there was the whole dynamic with the daughter, the
granddaughter, if you will.
The granddaughter. Yeah. Oh, that was one thing. Where is grandmother? Where is grandmother? You told me she was coming. Grandmother was coming.
Yeah, but you call your grandmother Nonna.
Yeah, I know. But that's just something that I've never heard in a film before.
Yeah, you would think maybe she would say Nan or Grandma.
Grandma.
Or Ma.
Or like Crazy Nan.
Where's Crazy Nan? Where's Crazy Nan? Grandmother. Whose name is... Let's give this a rating.
I'm looking at Super Mario. I'm thinking Princess Peach. That wasn't the same person either. I wasn't the same person. Also, you got to tell me one thing is hilarious.
I just can't think of this person's name.
You can't think of this person. Helen?
Go on.
It's got to be Helen.
It starts with a J.
It's not a Helen.
There's a Julie.
It's a... Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Man. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Do you see when the three best friends that anyone could have walk into school or wherever?
Can I tell you something?
Lady's got a bubble tea.
In the morning.
Yeah. Where's she getting that? Where's the char time?
Where's the char time
in Haddonfield?
I guess bubble tea, you can do that in the morning.
No, I know, but I know you can do that in the morning. But you this lady's having bacon eggs, this lady's having, I don't know, bagels, and you're there with bubble tea.
You're there with bubble tea.
Because you're either making that at home, which I don't know anyone who's got the facilities to make bubble tea at home.
Because who's doing the pearls?
Who's doing the pearls, man? I mean, you could just buy the pearls. 100% you just buy the pearls. It's just a funny thing. It felt like, hey, it's 2018. Like you look left, you look right, you see char time.
Bubble tea's in.
You see bubble tea.
Yeah, bubble tea.
And that might just be a South Australian thing. I'm sure char time's in other places.
But you're talking about bubble tea. You're talking about boba tea. You're talking about all sorts of things.
I'm talking about boba tea. I'm talking about Boba Fett. And if you've got that at the start of that movie, it felt like, hey, young people, you like this.
This is high school.
This is high school. Yeah. This is high school.
See, I'm a man that, I always considered bubble tea to be a night thing, like an evening thing, Yeah, maybe like a midday, if you will.
Well, because they got sugars out the wazoo.
Yeah,
you get 10% sugars, it's still 100% sugar.
That's right. Now, let's get into our ratings of this. Like, bubble tea or not, what did you rate it?
Probably like a 5. 5 or... Yeah, probably a 5.
Okay, so we rated it at the same then. Because I rated it about a 5.
Like I said, it's a fine movie, but I didn't like... I mean, Rob Zombie, you can go to hell because that's the worst movie I've seen in a long time.
I mean, it's serviceable is what you're saying about this movie, but Rob Zombie's was not.
Rob Zombie sucked.
Yeah.
The original one was... Yeah, it's just...
You rated the original like a 3, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you, this is better than the... I just can't believe it.
I just can't believe it.
I think this had more suspense. I felt like I was in the movie. There was more scenes that I thought, that's pretty cool.
Can I tell you one thing? One, they just didn't use the music as appropriately as they should have in this movie.
They used it way too much, I think.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They just used it inconsistently throughout this movie. I didn't feel that it added to the suspense.
I thought it was funny that the detective. Yeah, I was there that night. You should have shot him. I was there that night, and then man just dies like out of nowhere.
He's just dead.
And that was.
But we've seen Halloween Kills. We know he's in that movie. So he didn't die.
Is he in that movie?
We've seen that movie, Vincent. So, this is a 5 for both of us. This is a flat 5, and that's the back catalogue rating. That is the official back catalogue rating. This is the first time in a while we've done it together.
You know that the thumbnail of this movie, this video, is going to be like
incoherence.
No, it's going to be something like they finally made a good one, and then Mad Dog's going to be back. Mad Dog's going to be back. We're going to put another picture on the wall because that's what we do here.
That was Jamie Lee Curtis, and this has been the back catalogue. We got it. We done it.